The national champion is clad in big orange.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The national champion is clad in big orange.
At Summit and Destiny have met 7 times before. Tonight is number 8.
Tennessee Volunteers have wrapped up an SEC outright regular season title. Connect with
the SEC runs through Rocky Top. Tennessee wins the SEC regular season crown for the 2nd consecutive season.
the 1-0. In the air, right center field. Cross on the move. Rock it there. Tennessee walks it off. It's a mismatch. Deep range. Come on now. And don't connect. Rocky trying this time. Indeed. New hand there. Down the middle. Got it. On the fly. It's high and again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hey, how much fun is this?
Man, Rocky Top, this is college football and it's absolute best.
It's college athletics at its absolute best. It's your boy Skylar. I'm the host of the Fanatics Show, and my co-host and producer, Michael. How are we doing tonight?
Man, we're doing fantastic. A little bit of an up and down weekend this past weekend. As
Hey,
far
we
as
ain't got to talk about the downs.
but you know, we're here once again. We get to talk about ball just like we do every single Tuesday night. And man, it cannot be any better than that right there. Skylar, how you doing, man?
Man, we're living, right? Got to enjoy a baseball game for the most part, except for the fact that we lost. We'll talk about it. And then we lost again, and then we'll talk about that one too. But no, man, what a weekend it was. What a week I've had. Work life's great. Personal life is, better than I deserve, honestly. So, I could complain, but would honestly do no good. Nobody wants to hear it. We got a lot of ball to talk about. Michael, before I let you do the rundown, I do want to let you guys know who our presenting show sponsor is. And that is Chris Smith Insurance. We know firsthand that whoa. See, that's what I get for going off the hot. Did you just hear what I was about to do?
I sure did.
Did you just hear what I was about to do? I'm so sorry.
I heard.
You know what? Let's rewind. Let's act like that did not just happen. And yes, I'm going off script here, but Chris Smith Insurance. We know as a homeowner, Chris has once been let down by an insurance company. So he decided to start an agency of his own, where instead of feeling like a big company is fighting against you, you'll know that your agent is fighting for you. All insurance is not equal. Trust the Chris Smith Insurance today. Guys, Chris is he's kind of like a broker. He's not just going to find you the best rate. Obviously, he could do that. But what he's also going to do is find you the best coverage. Basically, what that means, he gives you the peace of mind knowing that if you do have to use insurance, you at least don't have to worry about if XYZ is going to be covered. He's going to give you that peace of mind, all at the best rate possible. Chris, we appreciate your continued support since day one, my man. Sorry about that. No, I was like so excited about, I was challenging myself a little bit. I was like, no, I don't need it. I've been reading it off for 3 years straight. We don't need it. And then I was about to read off our segment 2 sponsor. So it's fine. It's fine. It's great. No, we appreciate it for real, though. Michael, give us the rundown. What are we talking about tonight?
All right, tonight's rundown, we're going to start off with Tennessee men's basketball. Tennessee basketball's on a heater right now, the men's side anyway. And we're going to talk all about that. Segment 2, we're going to kind of go on the other side of the spectrum. As Lady Vols. They're not doing so hot, but we're going to talk about it. In segment 3, tonight we are going to make it a little bit shorter of a show because we're going to try to get off. We're going to get off and try to watch the basketball game. So we're not going to do the final 3 SEC teams in football. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about softball. We're also going to talk a little bit about Joey Aguilar and the decision that happened this past week. So that's tonight's rundown. And let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about. Our segment 1 sponsor, it is Optimal Asbestos Services. Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. Contact Jeff Bowl at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today. or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. Skylar, Tennessee basketball, man. Let's go back to last Wednesday night where we'll start. Tennessee 89-66 over Oklahoma. Initial thoughts on this ball game here?
The final score isn't indicative on how close that game was. I'll be honest.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, like I think it was 5 minutes left to go, and it was like a 4-point ball game, maybe even closer than that. I was a wee bit nervous, not gonna lie. But Oklahoma kind of got a little rhythm going. I mean, I think they had actually won a couple games going into our game, and was feeling pretty good. But man, just the way that the team finished was just, I've never seen a basketball team, especially our basketball team, finish a game the last 5 minutes the way they did. So kudos to the team. Big games all the way around for a lot of our Vols, and JP Estrella was out, but it didn't matter. Man, what a game. And like I said, just the way we finished that game was awesome. That was my initial thoughts. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the exact same thing, that, the score doesn't indicate how close the game was, because right here with 6:18 left to go in the ball game, Oklahoma had cut the lead down to 68-62.
Yeah.
And in the final 6 minutes and 4 seconds of the ball game, Tennessee goes on a 21-4 run.
It was insane. It was great
to finish off that ball game. Just fantastic finish to the game. But, Tennessee, they really did play bad in this game. They did let Oklahoma stay in the game. I mean, matter of fact, Tennessee held a 10 to 15 point lead for the majority of the game. It was just right there towards the end of the second half. Oklahoma started to cut it down, and then boom, that run right there at the end is what sparks the big 23-point victory for Tennessee. But you mentioned it, without JP Estrella in this game, but you had plenty of guys step up. Nate Amant, is he ever going to get to 30 points, by the way?
No.
While he's at Tennessee, I don't think.
No. I mean, it's almost like they do it on purpose. It's like he gets to 29 and then he's, Rick Barnes benches him for some reason. No, I'm joking. I think he will get to 30. Actually, I think he may be in the postseason.
He could be, but 29 points from Nate Amant in this contest. Felix Akpara, a night that we've been waiting on him to have, 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting, and I believe 6 of those were all dunks. Maybe even all 7 of them. He did go 4 of 5 from the free throw line as well. So shout out to him on that. Jacoby Gillespie, man, I cannot talk right now. He finished the night with 16, and then Dwayne Brown off the bench with 13 on 5 of 6 shooting. Big numbers from some post players whenever you didn't have your big guy. JP Estrella has really started to come on as of late until this foot injury. And we'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes as well. But you got a good night from several people. Bishop Boswell, not a lot on the scoring side of things, but once again, filling up the stat sheet, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He also had 4 fouls in the contest. Rhonda says, I'd love to get the lead and never let it get cut down.
Rhonda needs to
appreciate it.
Rhonda needs to cheer for another team. There's no shot.
Listen, I was going to say,
no
Rhonda,
shot our Vols are doing that.
Rhonda, you ought to know at this point that if you're a Tennessee fan, you're going to have heart problems because it's going to be an every week thing.
That's right.
No matter what sport it is.
But seriously, this Oklahoma game, I mean, we played inside out. We bullied them with our bigs, which is exactly what I love to see. I mean, we were bigger, stronger, faster. And then because the bigs were having their day, you kind of see Nate Ament free up. Like, he was able to kind of do his own thing. Same with Jacoby Gillespie. But, like, overall, I mean, from your bigs, you had Akpara, Carey, and Brown combined for, 29 points? 28 points, technically. 28 points combined from those three. So, I mean, what a big night from those big the big three.
Did you do your math right on that one?
I don't know. 18, 13.
I got 32.
That's 32. Yeah, I did not do my math right. What was I doing? I did 7, 20.
We're from Richland and Cornersville, so I mean we got to double check everything.
Calm down.
18.
Akpara. Hang on. I got to catch myself. I'm talking so fast. Dwayne Brown's 13. Jalen Carey 7. I got my 20 there. And then I guess I did plus 8 instead of.
Actually, 38 points.
38.
Yeah, I said 32.
Dude, I was way off, dude. I was up.
Okay, guys, do not judge us with our math, please.
To be fair, I did go to Richland, Shout out.
I went to Cornersville, so
No,
neither school is very good at
38. When I first said that, I was like, wow, that's not really that many points. All right, 38 between the big three. That's exactly what you need. Seriously.
Yeah,
Para had a monster night, going 7 to 10 from the field and went 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Now, I will take that 7 days a week. Jacoby Gillespie wasn't really the best shooting night from him, but overall, that's where you just had the team kind of pick him up. I still wish Amari Evans would have played a little bit better. He played 16 minutes. He had 0 points, but he did have 3 rebounds. I give him some credit there. I do wish we'd had a little bit more production from him. However, that's about the only negative. Rhonda said, I'm from Shelbyville. Will not judge.
Sheville.
Sheb.
Sheville.
SHEB and then VUL. Shebville. No,
what a turn this show is taking tonight. So.
No, right on. But no, seriously, like just you played bigger, stronger, faster, and at the end of the day, you took care of business against a team that was very much inferior to you, and that's something that in the SEC has kind of been hard to do is just put teams away, and Tennessee was able to do that in the last 5 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. They just did it by imposing their will. I mean, you out-rebounded Oklahoma 36-19 on the glass. You nearly doubled them up on rebounds. 21-13 on the defensive glass. 15-6 on the offensive glass. 17-7 comparison on second chance points. You also got 31 points off of 15 Oklahoma turnovers. So that's great, especially whenever, you only had 7 turnovers. One of the best nights that Tennessee has had all season long when it comes to turning the ball over. And Oklahoma only scores 7 points off of those turnovers. So you did exactly what you needed to do. And, you mentioned the inside-out numbers. How many times have we seen in recent years where if Tennessee wins the assist numbers by a lot, the Tennessee ends up winning the game by a lot, 22-10 on the assist numbers.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the box score here. I mean, to be fair, like almost every statistical category, we doubled them up in the better way, right?
Yeah.
Rebounds 19-36, assist 10-22, turnovers we had 7, they had 15, steals they had 4, we had 10, and blocks they had 3, we had 5, offensive rebounds. Big difference in the game, like you mentioned. They had 6, we had 15, and then defensively they had 13, we had 21. Like literally across the board, we basically doubled them up in every category for the better, right? So I mean, really just pure domination. Love to see the defense step up in the most crucial part of the game, which was the final 5 minutes, and yeah, it ended up looking like a big butt whooping. But seriously, if you watch the game, you understand the game was a lot closer. We mentioned that before, but man, just what a game. It was a good game.
Let's not overlook the fact that Jacoby Gillespie, he nearly had a triple-double in this contest. A very unconventional
record-breaking 8 steals, by the way. Stamped his name in the record books for the University of Tennessee. That's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, 16 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds on the night. Just a great overall night from Gillespie. You mentioned he didn't shoot the ball that well, and he didn't. 6 of 16 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3 points, but those 8 assists and 8 steals, that really fills up the stat sheet. And because of that right there, he had the best plus-minus on the team at plus 24. So
what's super sad, I guess the only other negative I could take is Jalen Carey's free throws.
Yeah, 1 of 6 from the line.
His 1 of 6 really demolished the team's really good night at the stripe. I mean, you think Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Mint combined for 10 of 10 at the stripe. Felix Alparo went 4 of 5. And Dwayne Brown went 3 of 4. And then you got Jalen Carey going 1 of 6. That needs to be better. Jalen Carey would have been to double digits if you hit just half of those, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. That's the only other negative I could take.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move over to the Saturday game, and this was the big game, man. This was the one that, coming into it, we both said, hey, if we drop this one, obviously it's going to sting, but it's not going to be surprising because Tennessee going to Memorial is always a tough game, and especially this Vanderbilt team is a good team. And so we said, I'd rather win the one in Knoxville than win the one in Memorial, but let's just go take one in Memorial. And that's what Tennessee did, coming out with a 69-65 victory. And I got to give a big shout out to this Tennessee defense. I mean, just the team in general. As over the last 2.5 minutes of the ball game, they held Vanderbilt scoreless. 0 of 5 shooting in the last 2.5 minutes. And Tennessee came back from being down, I believe it was 65 to 61, if I'm not mistaken. And they just made baskets. They made free throws. They did what they had to down the stretch to pull out a gutsy win on the road in conference play.
Yeah, this was just a good all around team win. I'm looking at the box score here, and even watching the game, I was just kind of like, man, it's kind of crazy how some of the players are stepping up in big moments. Like, I think the biggest, I know everybody wants to talk about Nate's shot at the end, and yes, that was huge. That was clutch. Honestly, I don't know how he did it. The dude was getting mauled. That was great defense. I would argue a couple fouls happened right there, but like at the end of the day, the dude just literally jumps up and drains it to take the go-ahead bucket, right? Go and take the lead. But how Bishop Boswell finished that game, in my opinion, stole the show for me. Just the rebounding, the steals, the buckets, the clutch buckets that he had. Like, he didn't do a ton in this game, but that right there was awesome. I mean, he finished with 9 points. He went 4 from 7 from the field. He got 4 rebounds for us. Like, it was kind of a balanced game, but like in my opinion, it's just when those points showed up, when those rebounds showed up, to me is what was so clutch. And what a way to take over the game from honestly, I'm going to say the leader of this team, Bishop Boswell. I would say he's probably one of the most experienced players on this team, aside from Makpara or JP Estrella. But at the end of the day, you needed him to step up in a big way. He's your big defensive playmaker, and he came up in a big way.
Yeah, so I've got to correct myself here. So the final basket that Vanderbilt made in the game was with 2:25 left to go, where Vanderbilt went up 63 to 60 off of a three-pointer by Duke Miles. Then Boswell had the driving layup to put him down by 1. Ended up getting a defensive rebound and made a pull-up jumper to put Tennessee up 1. 2 free throws by Vanderbilt gave them the last lead that they had in the game. Then came the Nate Ament turnaround jumper. Then you had Jacoby Gillespie knock down 2 free throws. And then after the defensive rebound that Amari Evans had, he went to the free throw line, knocked down 1 of 2 to seal the deal for Tennessee in the game. Just a gutsy win in this one. And I completely agree, Rhonda. Boswell is the most improved player. And I'll be honest, as far as Boswell goes, I kind of thought that he would be a little bit more of a scorer this year. But he's come out to be that scrappy. I'm going to play defense. I'm just going to be the energy, the Energizer Bunny is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to be that guy that I'll get my points whenever they come to me, but I'm going to do everything else on the court that nobody else is going to do. And he is really shown up and shown
in my
out.
opinion, he is such a in-between mix. If you were to mix up, and this is kind of a wild comparison here, but if you were to take Triple J and Meshack, Boswell.
Just a shorter version of both of them.
Yes. But I'm just saying, like, the defensive production, the offensive production, I feel like it's like literally both of those players combined. Yeah, even Rhonda said our Meshack. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way he is, and I love it. I mean, we need those type of players. I think at the end of the day, if you're going to make a deep run in the tournament, the one thing you can count on is defense. Unfortunately, in basketball, there's just going to be days where the shots they don't go down. And same way with baseball. But at the end of the day, and this is why I'm so excited about the softball team, but if you got that defense, you got that star pitcher, whatever you want to call it in basketball, you got that Meshack, like you have a chance to go far in the tournament. So, yeah, man, what a game. Again, like this wasn't like a knock off your socks type of stat sheet on the box score. In fact, kind of a subpar shooting night from a lot of our players. I mean, Nate Ament only went 3 of 13 from the field, but he went 6 of 6 from the free throw line again. That's back-to-back games. That's back-to-back games. I think he's combined 14 and 14 in free throws. He didn't miss a free throw. That's another reason why he was SEC Freshman of the Week, by the way. But, yeah, I mean, 9 rebounds, 13 points. He almost had a double-double. And man, just what a game all the way around by the players. You had 8 from Makpara, 7 from Jalen Carey. And shout out for Jalen. I thought he was kind of forcing the issue a little bit, but he still went 3 of 4 from the stripe. And what a turnaround that is from a 1-6 night in Oklahoma. So I got to give kudos to him at the stripe. Gillespie kind of, obviously the leading scorer. He didn't have a bad night at all. He went 6 of 14 from the field. Boswell, 9 points. Dwayne Brown, 8 points. Amari Evans chipping in 5 points. He did go 1 of 4 from the strike. I'd like to see better from that, but
he did make the big one.
And he
made the one to put the nail in the coffin.
And he got another rebound right there at the end of the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like I said, the timing of when it all came together. A game like this was so even. The final minute and a half is what decided the game, but we won that minute and a half, and I'm proud of the boys.
Yeah, we talk about the production from the post players. Once again, you're missing JP Estrella in this game, and you don't score as many points in this game, which means you're obviously not going to get as much production overall from the post players. But still, between Okpara, Dwayne Brown, and Jalen Carey, you got 23 of your 69 points from those 3 players. I'll take that. When you score 69 points in the game and you're getting 23 of those from your post players, I'll take it, especially when you're getting 30 points total between Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie. So I'll take that all day long, man.
Crowd fueled carry is what Rhonda said. Yeah, it was kind of funny, hearing them actually chant on Jalen Carey. They were like, Jalen Carey. I don't know if you heard that. There might have been a few added words, but Jalen Carey. No, kudos to that environment, man. That was awesome. I mean, I don't know if y'all listened to this with the volume up, but it was so cool to watch that game. And this is not a slight or a diss to Vanderbilt. It just so happens we have a ton of fans across the state because we are Tennessee.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
But I'm just saying every possession, regardless if it was Vanderbilt or Tennessee, that crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
Every made bucket or missed bucket, that crowd was going crazy. It was I would have loved to have been there. Game, there was no quiet. I don't know. It was awesome. It was a great environment.
You know what it literally reminded me of? I know that you didn't play basketball in high school, but I know that you went to these games. You better
be glad I didn't play in high school, by the way. I'd have freaking crossed you up never mind, I'm joking. It's fine.
No, but those district tournament or even the state tournament type games where, you're on a neutral court, but you've got big student sections from both teams that are just going crazy with every single made basket. That's kind of what it seemed like.
Yeah, I led the chance at my school with it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, but no,
we can be cocky in basketball at Richland because we sucked at football, dude. So I mean, it was we were the definition of Kentucky at Richland, bro. I'm telling you. So I had to throw it in there. I'm sorry, guys. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, but no, great game. And you know what we didn't see from this one right here? We did not see the extended period without a basket that cost Tennessee. Now, we did see Vanderbilt go on an 8-0 run in the game.
Yep.
But Tennessee responded. It wasn't a
we had a 2-3 minute. Yeah, we had a 2 or 3 minute stretch there, but so did Vanderbilt.
But Vanderbilt wasn't scoring either.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where that's where you just got to credit defense. Yeah. I mean, every shot Tennessee was making. I mean, it was a very tough. What a game! Like I said, that was a very good defensive. It almost reminded me of a very early in the season Houston versus Tennessee type of game where it was just really 2 great defensive minded teams going head to head. But yeah, no, this was a great game, and Rhonda said it's okay if I'm throwing shade at Vanderbilt. I mean, it is, but I'm a big believer in what goes around comes around, so I'm trying to make sure that we keep it okay. We did kind of get our butt beat in football, so I'm trying to give credit where credit's due here. So no, a great game all the way around. Men's huge momentum swing. This team was kind of it really circles back to this team has the potential to finish second or third in the SEC, and we're going to be kicking ourselves in the butt for blowing 2 double-digit leads to Kentucky.
Yes, because I mean, if you look at it right now,
you lost to Florida and Arkansas, and those 2 teams are very much excusable to lose to. I'm not saying it's okay, but those teams are solid. But losing back-to-back games to Kentucky when you had double-digit leads in those games, that's going to haunt you from potentially putting you on the 3 seed versus what you could be at in a 5 seed. Now, here's what Tennessee helps is I think I heard today they're net 17 in the net. So they have a chance here to finish out the season really, really strong. They cannot overlook Missouri. Missouri is a solid team. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now because I think we just kind of assumed that Missouri wasn't that good because they were kind of middle of the pack SEC, but they've rattled off wins here, and they've been battling every single team. It's the SEC, and somebody's got to lose, and unfortunately Missouri has lost a couple. But I tell you what, this game tonight, it's primed to be a good one.
Yeah, so Tennessee's last 11 games, do you know what their record is?
They're past 11 games?
Yep.
Missouri, I'm going to say their past 11 games are 9-2.
With those 2 losses being to Kentucky, both of them, as you mentioned, giving up double-digit leads. So right now, if you pull out both of those games, you're sitting right now at 13-2 in the SEC with your only losses, as you mentioned, to Arkansas and to Florida. But you're sitting tied with Florida. Yeah, they're holding the tiebreaker because they beat you head-to-head, but you're sitting tied with Florida instead of sitting in a 3-way tie for second place right now. Because right now, Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee, they're all sitting at 10-4, tied at second. You hold the head-to-head over Alabama, but Arkansas holds the head-to-head over you.
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 is a 3-way tie, technically, if you wanted to look at it. If this was football, they'd be flipping a coin or something. Like, yeah, I don't know.
So let me look.
Rhonda says we won't be any higher than a 4 seed. And I got to be honest with you. If we win out, that's a big ask. Yeah. We still have so many ranked opportunities, quad 1 opportunities. We can go in the tournament and do – like, I think we actually have a chance at the 3 seed, but I'm not going to – I still think that we split the series of Vanderbilt and Alabama. Like, I'm not expecting a huge home run finish to the season, which I'm actually okay with. And the reason why is, obviously, I want to play right at the end of the year, but I don't want to peak too soon because basketball is just kind of weird. And I think I'd rather have this team coming off a loss and hungry for the next win going into the tournament, the big dance, than to win 4 in a row, 5 in a row, think they're hot crap, and I don't know, possibly ruin that 5-6 game streak, win streak. But Tennessee Football's 247 says, how about the Vols baseball team get back on track? We're going to talk about it. Yes, they needed it in a big way. Didn't like the way they finished the game, but they, Henry Ford, back to the Henry Ford things. We'll talk about it. It's great to see them get back in the win column. They needed that.
All right, so I looked this up because I had forgotten that Alabama actually beat Arkansas. So the 3 teams in
that's why I said
after second right now.
That's what
they're literally all tied because of the head-to-head meetings.
Yep. That's why I love seeing people getting all frustrated about Tennessee being like above Arkansas but below Alabama. I'm like, guys, it didn't really matter. Like, no matter what order they had put it in, you could say the same thing. Like, it didn't matter. 2, 3, 4 is just tied up.
So just in case it does come down to it, which I don't believe it's going to, because Tennessee and Alabama still had to play again. So that
Arkansas, Florida playing tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow. That's a huge game. Tennessee Vols.
It is.
Probably need to tune into that one because the outcome of that game could actually dramatically change your potential in this SEC tournament.
Yeah. So multi-team tiebreaker, when 3 or more teams are tied, here's how it goes. The winning percentage among the tied teams. So the team with the best record in games played against the other tied teams is seeded highest, next best, so on. Then they go to the record against the highest ranked conference teams. So if you get victories against, ranked opponents, the higher the rank, the better. Tennessee, I don't think would win in that case. I would have to do some research on that.
Alabama beat Arkansas. Arkansas beat Alabama. Yeah, both of those teams are ranked higher than us. So yeah.
If 2 teams remain tied after applying the above steps, the 2-team tiebreaker procedure is used, which is head-to-head and then record against the highest-ranked conference teams, and then it goes to a coin flip.
I tend to worry about things we can control, and that is beat Missouri tonight.
And I do believe that it's all gonna work itself out in the end. You mentioned it tonight. It's a big matchup. Missouri, on paper, you think, well, Tennessee should go in there and they should get a win. Missouri's on a bit of a hot streak of their own right now.
Not going to say on paper. I understand that we're a 3.5 point favorite, depending on where you look, but this is one of those scary matchups. Nah, I don't know, man. It's going to be a tight one. But you got anything in closing? We're getting tight pressed on time, and I want to make sure we get everywhere and however we need to get to. But you got anything in closing on this men's basketball team?
No, just a great run as of late for Tennessee. You got to finish off strong here as we come in March.
Right on. All right, let's move on into the I guess the Lady Vols basketball, right?
Yep. And you want to give us our segment 2 sponsor?
You dang right. And this is the one that I am going to read out for you. It's P&L Business Services. So we know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have your time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper. Guys, if you're an entrepreneur kind of new into it, you can handle the customer service just fine, but maybe you kind of slack on the back end, make sure that you're not paying in too much in taxes or whatnot. Just go online, go to pnlbusinessservices.com and allow the fine folks in Oak Ridge to help you out with the paperwork side of the business, which honestly I dislike a lot. So I'd much rather pay somebody to do all that, and I just get to worry about taking care of my people and making the money. So, guys, if you are in the same boat, again, pnlbusinessservices.com. And we got a special announcement about that particular company coming up in a week, and we cannot wait to share it. So, all right. Lady Vols basketball, not so hot.
So, before we get into that, just want to give a shout out to those that are watching on YouTube. And if you don't mind, everybody.
No, say it, dude. We're one away. Say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't mind, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go to YouTube.
We're at $4.99.
Give us a subscribe on there because we are sitting at $499. And
get your kids, like, literally, make a bogus account. I don't care. Just do it for us real quick.
Yeah.
You can do it live. I might flash my camera at you. I'm joking. I don't know. We'll figure out something.
We might want to cut out that part right there. Anyway, but no, if
flash
you,
my camera?
Yeah,
hey,
but no, if you do get a chance, go over there and give us a subscribe because we are one away from 500 subscribers, and as we mention all the time, it's no cost to you at all. All it does is help us out, helps us get things out to more viewers, and then if you do feel like it, go over to Facebook as well, where we're also one follower away on Facebook for 500. So we're very close. We would love if you did that just to help us out. But yeah, Lady Vols basketball, not looking so hot. We talked a little bit about the Ole Miss game last Tuesday, where they just met a hot team in Ole Miss, and Ole Miss just dominated them. And Texas A&M on Thursday night, it was really much more of the same. It was a hot A&M team that went 58% from downtown in the game, 11 of 19 from three, shot 56% overall from the field, and Tennessee just couldn't keep up with them. Skylar, what were your thoughts on this game?
My thoughts were, we don't do well coming out of halftime.
No.
That third quarter was terrible. The start of the game wasn't great either, to be honest with you. But you know, the Lady Vols do what they do best, and that I'll give them credit. It doesn't matter how far behind we are normally in most games. We find a way somehow to make it interesting again. And I don't know, man. That third quarter was bad. But then again, the fourth quarter, they got it back within like 4 points. Like, it was insane. And then just couldn't get the job done. Much like the I guess New Day, same story. Is just like, you feel like even if they made it interesting, they just couldn't get over the hump and possibly win that game. Even if they were playing, hand in hand with that team. But for some reason, just Texas A&M they looked and played as if they were the better team. And this is the game that hurt because they're not the better team. Period.
No, they're absolutely not.
You went in there and laid an egg. Pretty much unacceptable, especially when it's unacceptable, period. Okay. But it's more unacceptable when you're already not winning a lot of the games that you should at least be competitive in. And now you're not winning the games that you should win. That's a problem. So this game kind of blows because you had a player on one hand have the game of her life. Janiyah Barker going, she scored 29 points, 9 of 13 from the field, perfect 5 of 5 from the 3-point line, perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She had 10 rebounds. This girl took over. And yet it gets overshadowed by, one, the loss, and two, what we'll talk about here in a little bit, and that's the fact that she couldn't meet team expectations for the very next game. So you're talking about the player of the game in literally 3 days prior to your next game, couldn't meet team expectations. And, I don't blame Kim Caldwell for discipline. In fact, I love it. I'm going to give Kim Caldwell some kudos here because, you got to get that bad culture out of this team, and it's got to start somewhere. But that just speaks to how bad this culture had gotten when you literally have to leave one of your best players in Knoxville when you travel for your next game. So, like I said, it's an unfortunate situation. This game is a wash, in my opinion. I don't know. They got to figure out a way to correct it. I thought they were going to get a win here, and they didn't, and that hurt.
Yeah, and you also wonder how healthy Mia Paldo is because since that injury, she's not played well. And in this contest, she only played 12 minutes, scored 2 points, had 3 assists, 3 turnovers. And we're not used to seeing her turn the ball over a whole lot. She's been very good at that as of late. Spearman finally showed up and played pretty well with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 26 minutes played. Um, Maybe finally not getting to start a contest was kind of a bit of a wake up call to her. Talasia Cooper with only 11 in this game. I mean, you just didn't get much help from anybody else. Lauren Hurst, who has been on a tear as of late, she only played 7 minutes and scored 2 points
As a
starting
starter.
the game.
As a starter, only played 7 minutes.
Just not good. I mean, you don't have any consistency with players on a team. You can pretty much count on Talasia Cooper to put up double figures every single night, but you never know if she's going to score the ball well. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yep.
she could absolutely go out and put up 20 plus points and score the ball, or she can go out there and put up 12 points and also take 20 shots en route to doing that, and it doesn't help you much as a team. I mean, you end up out rebounding A&M in this game, but it doesn't really matter. You end up, I mean, once again, turnovers is the story of the game. Texas A&M did have 17 that you scored 25 points off of, but you turned the ball over 16 times and they scored 20 off of it. Just something's got to give there when it comes to the turnovers. Then obviously Texas A&M being hot, that doesn't help things.
They don't, but you got them at home and you laid an egg in your own court. Like, that just can't happen, period.
Yeah. I mean, just you're down bad right now, and it didn't get any better on the road in the next contest. As against Oklahoma, you gave up 100. Granted, you did score 93 in this game, but you gave up 100.
That's the worst part. You scored 93 and didn't win. Like, what? This game was frustrating, man. Our defense is god awful. Probably the worst in the SEC. Probably not statistically, or else it'd be probably way bigger of a storyline here. But it just from a fan perspective, watching the games, our defense is trash. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I don't know if it's the press is just not working.
But you want to know what's bad is we came on here a month ago talking about how improved the half court defense was.
Well, I mean, and it was. If I'm looking at hang on, to that credit, to that point, there was 6 conference games in a row they did not allow 60 points or more, right? Or yeah, they held opponents 6 out of 7 games. They held opponents to 60 points or less. But the problem is they were playing teams like Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State. They gave up 80, but they won. Arkansas, again, this is if you're looking at the standings of the SEC, every team I just listed was at the very, very bottom of it. And I think I don't know, after the Alabama win, and we only held them to 59 points, and then after the Kentucky win, we only held them to 58, I felt really good about this defense. But really, ever since the postponed game that we were supposed to play Ole Miss and the big snow event, whatever, across the Southeast, ever since that game got postponed, we have given up every single game. We have given up
80 plus.
Except for Texas when you gave up 65, but you lost that game. But yeah, you've given up. Mississippi State was 77, but 77 or plus in every game except the Texas game where you did play really, really well in that game. You just came up a little short. But yeah, it's been a dramatic change in the defense since that game, since that postponement. So, no, not good.
No, not at all. This was a game that you ended up getting out rebounded pretty bad, 47-34 overall, 22-12 on the offensive glass. Luckily, Oklahoma didn't take too much advantage with that, scoring 22 second chance points where Tennessee did get 15. But man, it was holy fouls is all I got to say. Oklahoma with 21 total fouls, Tennessee with 32. Oklahoma went 36 of 46 from the foul line. Tennessee 23 of 33. And the 36 free throws Oklahoma made ended up being the difference. They made and they took 13 more free throws than Tennessee did. And that was the difference in the game, because otherwise Tennessee was 45% from the field, Oklahoma 43, 34% from 3, 22% for Oklahoma. I mean, as far as percentages go, you shot almost as good as they did from the foul line. They just took 13 more. I mean, down the stat sheet, other than the rebounds, it was pretty even most of the way across. A big shout out to Jada Civil in this game, by the way, too.
Mm-hmm.
21 points
Career
and 10
game.
assists. Just fantastic. Played 32 minutes in the ball game. Talasia Cooper had a good game with 22 points.
Nia Robertson.
Nia Robertson with 18 points. Denia Prawl just short of double figures with 9. Overall, another pretty good night. But Mia Paldo, once again, I really think that she's not healthy. She's got a lingering injury going on. She played 10 minutes in this game, had 5 points, and fouled out with 5 fouls. I feel like something is still going on there, but
probably not wrong. Probably not wrong there. I don't know it, but
before
this was just a matchup nightmare, though. Honestly.
It was. I mean, Oklahoma had 5 players. All their starters were in double figures, and all of them had 15 plus points.
I mean, Oklahoma essentially only had 5 players. I mean, they had 2 people. I mean, they had 4 people come off the bench, but essentially, comparing to the rest of the team, they didn't really play anybody else. I mean, their starters pretty much played 30 minutes plus in that game.
And Reagan Beers, by the way, 18 points, 18 rebounds.
Yep,
just matchup nightmare, like you said. And before we get to Rhonda's comment here, you brought up the Janiyah Barker thing. What is the deal on the Janiyah Barker? What do you know why she ended up getting, left in Knoxville?
I have no idea. I mean, I've tried to listen around campus, whatnot, but I mean, what I've heard is that she just didn't meet team expectations. I don't know if that's she failed to show up at practice on time, or if that's she's not doing good in school or class. I don't know what it is. It could be an attitude adjustment issue. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Don't want to speculate. Obviously, I don't want to, cast any stones that puts a bad rap on her name, and it could be completely wrong. But I at the end of the day, just an expectation wasn't met. And it almost sounds like it wasn't met by the team as much as it wasn't met by Kim Caldwell. So it almost seems like the team was almost like in favor of this. If that makes any sense. And to be honest with you, the way they played, I mean, like the way Jada Civil played, stuff like it almost they almost played as good, especially offensively, without her. I hate to say that because she literally just popped off against Texas A&M. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure what it was, but I hate that we're having to do this in the middle of the season. But I love that we have a coach that's not afraid, even under the gun, basically, because she knows her seat's getting warmer by the game, that she's still pulling these moves to help try to bring this team. And understand at this point, look, our regular season goals are out the window, but we got to play for March, period. We are now a Sweet 16, Elite 8-ish type or bust team, period. I mean, that's all we got to play for at this time. So the fact that she's trying to do what she can to get this team wrangled in and playing right for the tournament, I'm all in favor of.
Yeah. So that brings me to Rhonda's comment here. How much grace is Coach Caldwell going to get? And I want to say this. I want to say this up front. Like Skylar said, she's not getting fired this year. This is year 2, and last
she's
year
playing with 7 freshmen. I mean, like
so that's the thing is, especially in the world of NIL and everything. I know that teams have to grow up fast, just like we said about the football team. This was such a young football team. Almost 50% of our roster was freshmen this year. It was basically a miracle that Tennessee went 8-4 this year when you consider, how young the team was. But in college ball, you got to grow up fast. This team has got a lot of freshmen. They're playing a lot of freshmen. They've got some experienced transfers in too, but sometimes it doesn't gel properly the way that it needs to.
I mean, so like to put in perspective against Oklahoma, Denia Prawl started. She was the only freshman that started. I'll give you that. But then you look at our bench: Jada Civil, Maya, and
literally everybody except for Kanaya Boyd is freshman, is it not? Because
Jersey's a senior.
She's I thought she was a freshman.
No, Jersey. It says here on ESPN that she's a senior. I'm pretty sure she's.
That's right. She was a transfer.
But either way, we're talking 11 total players that played in this game, and 5 of them are freshmen. I mean, come on.
And look, this past year, Coach Caldwell technically in her first year as head coach, she signed the number 2 overall class, the overall signing class for freshmen.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot. That means that you beat out UConn. You beat out South Carolina because LSU had the number 1 class. So you beat out 2 schools that had been dominating women's college basketball as of late. And honestly, she's on track to have another top 10 class, maybe even a top 5 class this season as well. So how much grace is Coach Caldwell going to get? It's going to be a little bit more
and I think
than what some people would like to see.
Not that I want to talk about all season talk now, but like I think the year 1 to year 2 jumps that you're going to see from Denia Prawl, from Maya, because Maya's not been playing confident at all, but I think if she gets another year under her belt, she might. But Jada Silvel, like those year 2 jumps you're going to get from Denia Prawl, Maya, and Jada.
I think Lauren Hurst too. I mean,
Lauren Hurst is a shooter. I wouldn't necessarily say that I don't know, and maybe she'd get better, but I definitely think I don't know. They're all going to get better, 100%. I just this butt whooping they're taking, the experience they're getting. Yeah, it sucked right now, but I think it is going to pay off. And that's not to say that we're going to get freshmen next year that are going to come, that are going to contribute. So yeah, she's not getting fired this year.
No, and honestly, unless she just absolutely, her team just falls off the face of the earth next year, I don't think she gets fired next year either, because I'm going to pose the same question to you that I posed about teams in football season. If you fire her, who are you going to go and get? I mean, is there anybody else out there? Is there anybody else out there that can do what she has done so far with this team? I know that they're struggled as of late, but I mean, last season you took a team that Kelly Harper struggled with, and she brought in transfers of her own, and she had a very good team that could compete with the best in the nation.
I mean, to be fair, Kelly Harper still finished 4th or 5th in the SEC and made a Sweet 16. I'm not going to say that she
did. Did she make a Sweet 16? Yeah. I thought she kept getting put out in the second round.
No, I'm almost very positive Kelly Harper made a Sweet 16 twice in a row, and then I think she got put out in the round of 32, and that's when she got fired. I think. I can't remember. But I think that's what happened. But either way, Rhonda says, negative press making me nervous. And honestly, that's just volunteer. That's just volunteer fandom. Like at Vol Twitter, negative press. Josh Heupel's getting negative press right now. Like I ain't really worried about the press per se.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about, and what I've been worried about all year, is like the team's like I'm gonna say like culture, and I understand that word gets used a lot, but like just the overall atmosphere of the team, and like seeing them on the bench when we can. They don't seem to be a well-oiled
machine.
I guess that's the way to put it. Yeah, I mean they don't seem to play together really well. And hopefully we can get that fixed.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, ultimately, Tennessee. Let's just be honest. They're a women's basketball school. They are.
That's why I ain't really worried about like who they gonna. The question of like who else would they get, dude? They could go get whoever they want. And I think that's why I think Kim Caldwell is going to succeed here, is because they literally went and got who they wanted. Yeah. I just think that it's just an unfortunate year. I think it's
I agree.
You had some off the court issues that you had to deal with, and then I think the team just kind of lost it from there as far as the culture standpoint.
Yeah, and then I mean, anytime that you're the head coach for the Lady Vols, your seat's going to be warm because the expectations are so high.
Kim Caldwell's seat was warm the moment she took the job. I mean, that's just part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Alabama football. Kalen DeBoer's seat was already warm whenever he took the job, because whoever followed Nick Saban was going to have high expectations. Whoever followed Pat Summitt was going to have high expectations. That's why Holly Warlick didn't last too long. That's why Kelly Harper didn't get more time than she did. That's why we're sitting here with Kim Caldwell as our head coach right now. And if she doesn't meet those expectations over the next couple of years, then yes, she will be gone. But I do feel like right now, she's got that grace because she is putting together a good roster. We just have to see the fruits of those good players come to fruition over the next couple of years. And it starts with, you got to figure something out this season to try to salvage some things.
I got a great idea. I think we should take a little bit more money from baseball team and allocate it toward
Let's not open that can of worms.
I'm joking.
But no, I mean,
All right.
you need to figure something out before Thursday night because you got a big one Thursday night on the road against LSU, and it doesn't get any easier than that. As Sunday, you turn around and you play against number 5 Vanderbilt in the season finale.
It was a joke, Rhonda. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be. Yeah, you're 100% right. You got anything in closing, man? We're trying to wrap up in the next 18, 20 minutes. So you got anything in closing? We're going to get on to the next segment.
No, man, let's go ahead and let's move on to the spring sports, and that'll bring us to our segment 3 sponsor, which is Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at KaizenPainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way. So,
let's go.
Which way do you want to go with it first, Skylar? Baseball, softball?
I'm gonna say the good news for last. Let's try to hurry up and knock out this baseball. Matt,
All
we
right,
appreciate
so-
you being tuned in, by the way, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for being here.
absolutely, Matt. So baseball. Obviously took a little bit of a step back this past weekend as you lost your first non-conference series since 2020 against Kent State this past weekend. And granted, Kent State, not a bad mid-major team. That was a team that is likely to face off against somebody like Tennessee, somebody like LSU, something like that in a regional come later down the road. But Tennessee, just too many errors in the field. Pitching was pretty good for the first 2 games. And in the third game, it was
I think he nailed it.
It was not very good.
No, it's terrible. And honestly, if y'all follow my TikTok, I literally said this after game 1 when people were talking smack about us getting the walk-off against Kent State, right? Like, Kent State. And I was like, guys, Kent State's a solid ball club. Like, I don't think y'all watch baseball enough to understand that. After watching that first game, I was kind of like, dang, like, this ain't your typical MAC team that you could, they had solid pitching. Their starting pitching was amazing. Their bullpen looked great. And yeah, we may have had a couple bad at bats, but like it's early in the year, and it's kind of crazy. You're facing a team that like is this from top to bottom sound as Kent State was. They didn't really make a ton of mistakes. Like they played really, really well, ran the bases very well. They were attacking us, really, really forcing the issue with rundowns and whatnot. Like they did a great job, man. And honestly, it was a smack in the mouth for our baseball team at game 1. Obviously, it is what it is. We got the win. I went to game 2. We lost that one 2-1, and that one's a bummer because the same guy that had you in the game is the same guy that kind of lost you the game in Henry Ford. I mean, he started out with a solo home run to start the game, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a good day. Like, we didn't really go crazy offensively on Friday night, so we're about to go crazy on Saturday. And then nothing. And then he commits really, I think he had 2 errors at third base, and one of them.
It only listed him with 1 error.
It felt like 2.
It felt like he had 2 or 3.
Felt like he had 2 at third base. Only one costed you, and that was that run. I don't know, somewhere. I can't remember what inning it was. I was at the game. I'm not looking at the stat sheet here, but overall,
it was the inning that Kent State scored 2, right? Was that in the 5th?
Correct. Well, that's the only 2 runs they scored. So yeah, I mean, it was tough, man. But game 3 was game 3. Game 3 was terrible. I don't even know what to take away from game 3 other than I think we're going to have those same Sunday woes that we had last year. It does not look like our starting pitching is just deep enough. I don't know what's going on, but I'm really happy with our pitching on the first 2 days. I think our Friday and Saturday starters are great. But man, we're in trouble on Sunday. That's all I got to say right now.
I feel like you've got the dudes there. I just feel like they need to work on the rotation. I'm not taking anything away from Evan Blanco because he had a fantastic first weekend, and he could still be that guy. But I tell you the guy that I want, and it's the guy that we saw on we saw him on Friday night. I want to see Brandon Arnson. He was hurt that first series.
Can he be a Sunday starter?
I think he could be. I was hoping that he would be one of the 3 this season. And obviously he was injured towards the end of the spring or towards the end of the winter workout. So I definitely want to see him get in there. I think he could be your Sunday starter, maybe take that spot from Evan Blanco. But I don't want to look over one thing, and that was Friday. Obviously, we want to give our condolences to the family of Wes Rucker, who he was He was tragically killed on Thursday in a car accident. And
Multi-car.
just what about the magic Friday night? I mean, Tennessee, they got down early. Jay Abernathy struck with a big 2-run home run, put them back in the lead. Kent State comes back and ties it up in the 9th inning, and then Tyler Myatt just gets up there 1-1 count and hits an absolute bomb over the batter's eye to dead center field to give Tennessee the walk-off victory the day after.
After that. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it was no, like there was no not starting him at that point.
Yeah, but just it was something that Vols fans desperately needed because they were in a funk on Friday. Every single one of us were, and for good reason. Wes Rucker was a big part of Tennessee athletics for 20 plus years. And I do want to give a big shout out to Tennessee baseball. The what they did in the press box, leaving the bouquet of flowers up there, his picture frame, and a little memoriam there saying, he would always have a spot in Lindsey Nelson press box there. I do feel for Lauren and for their son, and the unborn child. So,
yeah.
But a big shout out to Vol Nation, as there was a GoFundMe put out, and within 3 hours, it was already almost at $300,000. I don't know what the number is now, but Vol Nation once again stepped up big on that one. But really feel for Lauren and the family. Make sure you keep them in your thoughts and prayers. But that was big to start the weekend. The walk-off home run by Tyler Myatt, but then the rest of the weekend was just down. You did get a big victory tonight against Bellarmine, 8-3, but lots of mistakes need to be cleaned up. It is early on in the season, but you got a big test coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend as they travel to Texas, and you're going to play against the number 1 team in the nation, play against some good competition. Next weekend.
That's not this weekend? Dang.
No, they play, let's see. Tennessee baseball plays. No, that is this weekend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it is this weekend. So they play UCLA on Friday, they play Arizona State on Saturday, and Virginia Tech on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, so got some big competition this weekend.
They can prove themselves here. I mean, and if not, I mean, it is what it is. I do think this team's not. I mean, this team's not going. This team's not going 50-9. Like it's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, be competitive in your games. Try to win your series. This whole idea of sweeping series the way we did 3 years ago, 2 years ago, like that's hard as crap to do, man.
Well, it's especially whenever those couple of years, whenever you were dominant, you had returning starters every year.
That's right.
We've got one returning starter that was an everyday starter last season. That's Reese Chapman.
That's right.
So you've literally got 8 new starters on the defensive side.
Yep. So no, I mean, I'm still happy about this team, man. I love baseball. I think that's going to keep me intrigued no matter what. But let's move on real quick. We got a few minutes. Softball team, man, undefeated. I think they're like 15-0 or something. I don't know. They're ridiculous.
14-0.
14-0. Sorry, 14-0. And we got another no hitter, and it again wasn't by Carlin Pickens. I don't know, Michael, man. I'm pretty excited about this entire team, and I'm not gonna immediately just skip over the fact, and I'm not really doing individual games here, but Sophia Knight, is that her name? That is 100% her name, right?
Yep.
Over the weekend, guys, this lady went 11 of 13. That is
unbelievable. That's your leadoff batter there.
That is insane. I'm sorry, but you can't ask for better out of your leadoff spot. I mean, you well-deserved SEC Player of the Week. Kudos to her. And then, of course, Sage Marjeko getting a no-no. I mean, this team is looking amazing, bro. I'm so excited about what this team has in store for. They finally, by the way, they've gone 14-0 and haven't played a single home game. So they finally come to Sherry Parker Lee this week, and man, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, they're playing in the Tennessee Invitational. They'll be playing App State and Penn State. That is going to be on Friday. Then they play App State and Penn State. Sorry, they play Penn State on Saturday, and then play App State again on Sunday for the Tennessee Invitational. But yeah, we put a video on YouTube earlier this week about Tennessee built for a national title, and they 100% are. And you wouldn't believe the amount of comments I got. Well, wait till they play Oklahoma. Well, you're right. Oklahoma is a year in, year out contender, but Tennessee looks better than Oklahoma does right now, and that's a fact. That's not me being a homer. You can look out there at any game that they've played.
Didn't Oklahoma lose to UCLA? There's a common opponent we played that we beat and they lost to. Is there not?
Probably. I haven't looked it up yet.
Okay. I'm almost certain that there's already been a common opponent that we played that I think beat Oklahoma. Now, that doesn't mean anything, but at the end of the day, I don't think Oklahoma is just going to dog walk. Like, if we played 3 games against Oklahoma, I doubt very seriously that we lose all 3 or that we lose the series. I just think our defense is way too good. And yes, Pickens is absolutely a great pitcher to watch, but I think what excites me so far this year is we haven't had to have her. Like, that's awesome. Yep. No, it's this softball team something special, man.
All right, Skylar. Joey Aguilar.
Yeah.
He was denied his injunction this past week.
He was. I was kind of shocked by that.
What are your thoughts?
I was kind of shocked by that, man. I understand now a little bit more after some more information came out, because I just thought this was kind of simply hindering on the fact that he's only played 3 years of Division I college football, and I thought that was the big deal breaker. But I think in this situation precisely, I was told that this would be one of those cases that the local judge didn't want to get wrong because it would actually change the outcomes and I guess arguing points for cases down the road, which was, I think, a big detail. And then also from Joey's side, they couldn't, I guess, come to a good number on, because they tried to make it about money and how much money Joey was going to lose by not being able to play, but they couldn't come up with a number. I think they just kept using the term market value, but they couldn't actually put a label or put a number on it. And I think that actually ultimately hurt Joey because they couldn't actually put a number on, that detail, that situation for as far as like if Joey wasn't going to be able to play college football this year. So I don't know, man. It's a bummer. I still think it's kind of wild. I mean, technically the case isn't over, but it is, I guess, for most of our understanding, it's pretty much over.
It's the question now of is he going to appeal?
He could do what Bediako's doing, but I don't think he will.
I'm glad you brought that up because I got a couple of thoughts on that. That won't take me long before we close. But I mean, Joey, he's got 30 days as of the day that they denied the injunction to appeal it. The problem with that is it could take 6 months or longer for the appeal to actually go through. So at that point, is he even going to get to play at all? Is it going to be worth it? I know right now he's kind of going through the NFL Combine stuff. He's doing the interviews because obviously he cannot throw with the surgery that he had. So he's able to do all that, kind of get a feeler. So at that point, he's probably going to determine, okay, will I be able to have a career in the NFL? What'll be my odds of that? What kind of money am I going to make? Would it be better for me to try to come back to Tennessee, to fight this, to appeal this? And I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to come down to Joey is not going to appeal it. I could be wrong, but is the fight going to be worth it in the end if he does not get to play at all? I mean, we saw the whole Gabriel Osuna thing play out last season for baseball, and ultimately he didn't get to play at all. So I don't know. I've got a feeling that we're going to have, like Matt said, it's time for G-Mac, Faison, Ryan Staub, whoever the case may be, as starting quarterback next season.
I do want y'all to understand that I don't think this is Mac's job to lose. I think he's going to have to earn it.
Oh, 100%. Here's one thing.
Like, I think people are just automatically listing G-Mac as the starter, and guys, I just don't think that's the case. I think he had a chance to prove that in his 1 year of preparation. I don't think he's met the team's expectations in year one, so he's going to have to go out there and earn this job if he wants it.
Here's my thing about G-Mac. He does have the leg up as far as he's been in the system longer than anybody else.
I don't care if he ain't as good as another player. He's not
correct. Correct. I mean, Ryan Staub, he's got more experience at the college level than G-Mac does. Faison, in my opinion, has got more overall talent than both of them. So It's going to be a battle throughout spring, and that's got me excited for the orange and white game coming up in April. I cannot wait to see what the three of them do in spring practice.
Here's what I'm really excited
get a teaser
about
on it.
and I'm glad Ryan Staub's in there because, like you kind of mentioned, now it makes a ton of sense in the world. Like, while we went and got him, even with Joey Aguilar kind of pending, because now we have our 3 scholarship quarterbacks. But for all intensive purposes, I'm just going to say this, and it's probably wrong because if Ryan ends up being a starter, I'm going to be pissed. But like, you have a true quarterback competition between high school recruits. That's healthy. That is healthy in a college, in a college team. What's the word I'm looking for? You hear that? I don't know, but like, as far as foundational, like you've built the foundation. You are now you've went out, you've recruited hard from the high school ranks. You've picked and chose when to get your team needs from the portal, but overall, you still kept the main thing, and now you have a quarterback competition heating up that is between 2 high school recruits, and I think that is so good for the game, man.
100%.
And so, no, I'm looking forward to it. But it's 8:58, Michael. You got anything pressing before we wrap it up? Because we got a basketball game to go watch, man.
Yeah, I've got one more thing. You brought up the Charles Bediako thing.
Yeah, I did.
I want
that's comical, man.
I want to give a big shout out to the NCAA so far for denying the appeal that Bediako put out there, trying to immediately get playing time again. An emergency TRO. I want to give them a shout out for denying that. Now he's trying to appeal that right there with the Alabama course. And I got to say, if they decide to give him that emergency TRO again, it's going to be crazy, because there's no reason whatsoever he should have any eligibility left. He should not be able to play college ball ever again.
I agree. But if that happens, Joey Aguilar, you know who to call.
Exactly. 100%. But no, man, we're going to hop off here so we can watch this basketball game. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight.
What a show.
Once again, man, please go over to the YouTube page.
We're
give us a subscribe there.
I've been watching it the whole time.
Just one more subscriber to hit that 500 mark. But everybody, go Bigs Orange. Let's enjoy some college basketball tonight, man.
Let's go.